Hello, LaSonya. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, dear? I'm good.
I am well. You're looking just as radiant. I mean, every time I see us, I just say, "See, that's why these white men came along to Africa. They had to start stealing once they saw, especially with your figure." Okay, so go ahead
Thank
and
you.
introduce yourself, please.
Yes, so my name is LaSonya McDonald. I am the owner of LaSonya McDonald Unlimited, and I'm also a new author of the book Run Your Race: Life Lessons of a Sprinter. And
Wow,
I'm a mom of three,
wow.
so that's an exciting thing for me as well.
Okay, okay, wow. And so where in the world do would we find Ms. Lasagna McDonald? Where do you live? What state are you in?
I live in Las Vegas,
Okay,
Nevada. So,
okay,
yes,
okay. And were
very
you
busy.
were born and raised there or did you move there?
Well, I'm originally from Canton, Ohio.
Okay,
And so after I retired from the Navy 5 years ago, I moved to Las Vegas to
okay,
be my permanent home residence. Yeah.
okay. Great, great. Um so you told us about a little bit about your background. I'm
Mhm.
here today because I want to learn about your book.
Okay.
So
Okay, good.
please tell me why did you write the book?
Well, the reason I wrote this book is because um, over the past few years, there's just been so many things going on in my life, a lot of different struggles and a lot of different things where I just wanted to just say, you know what, I quit. I don't want to do a lot of different things anymore. I'm just tired. And one night, while I was laying there, I heard, you can't quit. You have to continue to go. There are people that need to hear your story. There are people who need to know what you've been through and to see the fact that you made it through. And so, what popped in my mind was you have to continue to run this race. And this race called life, I said, well, wait a minute. I ran track and field in high school. I've run marathons. I ran for the Navy track team when I was in the Navy. I was like, oh, I'll tie it with different things that I experienced in my life that dealt with running and dealt with doing, different type of races and things that occurred. And then I'll tie it on the back end with even in everyday life, this experience that I had relates to what people can, deal with in life as well. So I kind of tied it together like a run your race and then, you know, the backstory behind that and how that would actually tie in with running your race, just life itself. So
Oh, wow. Wow, you know what? I just got re-inspired. Okay. Cuz I'm telling you,
good.
let's just say I wasn't the happiest camper yesterday, and then I woke up today and I was like, "Okay, well, you can do things even if you don't feel like it." But you know what, when
Yes.
we're living in a world where we can be alone
Yes.
sometime. And I was listening to a teacher teach last night. His name is Crumb Snatcher. He's real. I mean, this guy is fascinating, and he talks about things, me as a physician, that I know that this fellow, I don't know what his educational background, but I know that he's brilliant because he talks about very complicated procedures and things in that relate to body and science that a
Mhm.
layman just doesn't know. So at any rate, so yes, I am re-inspired. So thank you, thank you, thank
You're
you.
very welcome, dear. You're very welcome.
Okay, so now I have seen those pictures of you because you have not, you're being silent about one of your achievements, which is a trophy winning bodybuilder. Okay?
Yes, yes. I am. And I'm very proud of that accomplishment. That in itself was something that stemmed from me deciding and actually taking the time to say, I choose to make myself healthy again. I choose to go ahead and lose the weight so that I can actually physically be able to accomplish the different things that I want to do in life and for my children. So,
Well,
2016, at that window of time, I actually weighed 214 pounds. And so, for someone to see me now, they may think, oh, well, how is she telling me about losing weight? She doesn't. Look at her. Honey, I have the pictures to prove it, and it's so much I even posted the pictures. So if anyone needs that inspiration or that motivation to know you can still accomplish what you need to do, they can go on my page and see those pictures for themselves firsthand.
wow. I cannot believe that. I mean, you can know how big a person is by their shoulders. So you look like a good size, I don't know, two, just from, it's not much, but and mine shoulders, technically they're not that bigger than yours, but I'm telling you, I can tell that you're slim from here. Plus I have seen your pictures. And so you said that you gained weight. What was it, a question of not of stopping the physical fitness, or how did that happen? How did you have that experience?
Well, one of the things that happened is after I retired, because even when I was in the military, I still did have issues with weight.
Okay.
And a lot of it, I feel, was around stress.
Okay.
Just stress is a serious, serious issue. The cortisol that your body can, produce can really cause your body to gain weight. And if you don't get it under control, it'll become, an issue where you can't, in your mind, you can't actually turn it around. So that, getting out of the military, looking for work after I got out, because that's what I've known for 21 years. So my mind was like, okay, I have to think of something to do now that I'm, out of the Navy. My eating habits weren't where they needed to be, and it was just trying to deal with life itself that time just kept going and going, and I began to gain more and more weight. The real kicker was when I realized the clothes didn't fit, and I had to go buy bigger sizes, and that's when I said, okay, let me see how much I weigh. And like I said, at that time, it was 214 pounds. And so I had to reel that in, so that I can be here for my children. My son just graduated from Army boot camp. I have a daughter getting ready to go to college. I know.
Can I
Don't I
say,
look young
you
for
know what?
21? No.
You have to, you know what? I just want to interrupt you because that's a celebration. We say these things, we take so much for granted, but that is absolutely amazing. To
Yes.
raise a young man in these challenges, in this challenging time that we face today, and to have them making achievements, that
Yes.
is amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That
Thank you.
and
So,
so you said that you have one child that's in the military, a boy, and
yes.
then you have the daughter that is going to go to college, and is the other child younger or older?
She is younger.
Okay.
She is younger, but she will be graduating from high school because they're homeschooled. So
Oh
she'll be
yeah.
graduating from high school next year.
Okay,
So,
we have to stop again
okay.
because you don't really, you might not understand how important homeschooling, like you do, but I want my audience to understand what happens when you're not in a system where you're constantly told things that are untrue. We even call ourselves minorities, and we're not the minorities. Okay,
Okay.
you will learn freedom. Your children will learn. I mean, the studies show that the testing scores, when they are compared to people that go through high school or go through a public school education, or those that are homeschooled are astronomically in favor of the the families that choose to homeschool. Wow, this boy, I'm not going to let us veer off in that tangent, but I want to. Okay,
Right.
but I
Okay.
just want to congratulate you again
Thank
because that is so important. You know, I just feel like they know freedom. They really
Yes.
know how to critically think. They're
Yes.
not used to trying to fit in with people
Right.
that who knows what is going on in their parents' minds. So
Mm-hmm.
this is quite an inspiration. Boy, maybe I need to I'm going to probably invite you back so we can discuss that journey.
Absolutely.
Okay? Um
Sure.
but say for example, um, I am a woman who has let myself go. And I really been meaning to do something to get
Mm-hmm.
back in shape. What could someone like yourself do? Tell me what the steps would be.
Okay. Well, um, if you have that goal, the first thing that I would say is I would talk with you. You know, we'd have a consultation because the most important thing will be mindset. You have to choose and decide within yourself that I want to do this. And once that decision is made, then I would come in, find out what your goals are, because I do online training. So I'd find out what your goals are as a personal trainer, and then I would set up a workout regimen for you. And I will also be your accountability coach to help encourage you on those days where you feel like, I don't want LaSonya to call me today, but I know she's going to call me or text me. So let me get ready for it. And just to be that, that inspiration and that, sisterhood to let you know that, hey, you're not in this by yourself. Yes, we have days where we trip up. And yes, we have days where we're like, oh man, I shouldn't have ate that. But you can always just start back up where you left off. And that's the beauty of a journey. You won't always be perfect 100% of the time. I wasn't, even when I was preparing for my bodybuilding competition. I had days where, my daughters were like, oh, Mom, we're going to make something, for you. And my daughter loves baking. So she'll make, some cupcakes with oat flour. She just makes it real creative. And I'm like, and that is not on my meal plan, but okay, mommy will try one.
Yeah.
And the next day, mommy might try another one. And then I have to say to myself, okay, time to reel it back in.
Right.
Time to get, back on pace. So as a personal trainer, I would be that person to help you to make sure that you stay on track with your fitness goals. And then, celebrate whenever you have an achievement. Whenever you reach a milestone, we need to celebrate it, because when people are excited about something that happened, they're more likely to keep doing it.
Yes.
I've learned that firsthand. So that's what I would do as, the personal trainer or someone to help people to make sure they reach their
Great.
goals.
So you are a published author. Tell us how you're getting the word out about how about your book. How are you getting the word out?
Okay, well, it's happening pretty quickly, which I'm excited about that. It's been close to 72 hours since I announced it, and I'm going on my social media. So I am on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And I announced it, and Instagram as well, and I announced it on all of those platforms. And so people are responding to it in that manner. And as well as when I'm out and about, if I meet someone, I we spark up a conversation, and then I let them know about my book, and they're like, oh, that's so good. Okay, when you come back, because it depends on what I'm doing, I may have had a book with me, and then I may have sold that book, so then I don't have anything available. So I guess I'll have to start carrying some books around.
Yes.
But whenever the conversation presents itself,